Yo guys, mic check. Can you hear me? And also, can you see me? All right. So, how you guys doing? This is your man Bubba here. It's been a while, been missing, been busy like said, but let's go straight to the charts. So here we have BTC. This is the weekly. This is a chart I prepared very easily. We have the green is the very big demand zone. This is a macro chart, very big demand zone that was the top of the 2024 range. Here, the yellow box was another important zone because we had confluence with the golden pocket. There is an, I think this was a daily demand zone, if not wrong. Daily fair value gap here, and this that has been the last resistance that was the bottom of all the 93, 110k range, well 104k range. These are two deviations, and so basically what we see here is that when we topped at 110k, like in December, when was this? In January, like we said in advance before Christmas that there was a high chance to top in there and to have a big downside. This downside has been longer than expected. Now we are almost at the end of March. A few days we closed this monthly candle in here. That doesn't look the best, but still close of the previous. It's on this fair value gap, daily fair value gap, and so far it's a green candle, so not that bad. The weekly, we are in a couple of weeks that we are trending on the upside, and so now we have important zones, very important zones. This was, we wanted to say also that we, from the last push, big push, we retraced exactly on the 786 zone that had also confluence with the 1618 of this movement here. So this zone we mentioned multiple times. We could see the under 80, 74, 72, because it has confluence with this macro zone here. We still have the chance to see it. Why? Because until we flip this red box in here, we are still in a downtrend. It's as simple as that. So once we flip this, that we reclaim this level, we can think really seriously to on setting swing longs, and we are starting the next leg up. Otherwise, so far here we had a nice bull div on the RSI that is bringing us back up. We had a nice here hold of this range. After the bear div, we are still going kind of, now we are going sideways, but we are still on a low time frame uptrend. Also this can be drawn something like this. As soon as we are above this and above the yellow box, we are low time frame bullish, because you guys of course remember how BUBBA magic boxes work. When you have a box, you normally, if you hold one box, you go and look for liquidity to the other box, and here it's pretty clear that we have good chances on go and seek liquidity now on this zone. There are multiple places where we can reject, and this could have been one of those ones. Let me pull another chart here. Okay, this is always BTC. It's another chart where I have here a potential long, because this zone is also now on a lower time frame. It's important. We had this last movement. This would be the golden pocket. I'm not that happy for the stop loss in here. Target would be this one. This is a potential long. I'm not gonna take it, otherwise I would give it to my channel. But so far now Bitcoin looks like it's holding on top of this top here, kind of retesting. It got swept this liquidity today after this is after a New York Open, I think, yes. So technically right now we should go keep compressing a little bit more, because we are in this kind of triangle here now. We took liquidity twice on the downside. There are chances that we should go take on the upper side. So as soon as we stay above this zone, we are looking for higher. As soon as we lose this zone, we are probably going to sweep these lows again. Target, as mentioned from this other chart, is going to the 71, 72, to the 74 zone. That is the 886 or this whole last push. So this is what I see, guys, on Bitcoin right now. Low time frame, we bullish, but we are not really bullish until we claim this big zone in here. And in case you wanna look for longs, now you can get some longs taking some liquidity here, hold, and you can long here for up. Same, you can here, you can look for shorts if price were to go up, take some liquidity but close back under on the 4 hour, make a little retest. This is going back to the range lows that is around the 81. So those are because it looks like we are forming a low time frame range. We can seriously long if we get all this liquidity. We close above and we start in here consolidating above our previous resistance. It's bullish and would bring us back higher. As simple as that from me, from my side. BTC, any questions, guys? All right, then it. So this was the macro plan. We had here the monthly demand zone to buy long if you think that the cycle has not topped yet. Let's see a bit more closer. So basically we reached the zone that I was looking to restart accumulating seriously it. Let's see how it behaves. This is not in time scaled, of course. And so it, I don't know if I gave this on a thread, but probably forgot to send it there. But I had this set up, when was it? Tuesday. Had this move up of it. I was looking for the golden pocket with a DCA on the 75.0786. That is a zone that I like. Stop loss under this low time frame demand zone. Targeting higher. Why so higher? Because let's see on the daily better. because on the daily with the RSI, if we were to break above here, RSI would break above the 50 level, almost for sure. And so reclaiming the 50 level would bring us back probably on the higher side of the RSI. And this move could bring us and probably take even this liquidity in here. And then let's see if keep going or rejecting. But there are two lower take profits, of course, because those are not swing plays for me, at least not so far. That would be one on top of the last stop we just made, previous range, and the final take profit. This it on the daily, it's at a key level, like we said. It's a very big demand zone. We still have, in case Bitcoin were to go to the 72, 74 zone, it has still room to go to the 1450 zone. And taking all this liquidity in here, closing under would be really bad. But everything is Bitcoin related. It's a Bitcoin market, so the better Bitcoin behaves, the stronger all the altcoins will be. In this case also, as I'm expecting BTC to go and take the liquidity, like we said, around the zone of 90k, 90, 94k, let's see how deep we might get. In here, we have chances to go and take liquidity on this zone. And easy. Then we have Sol. Sol, like I warned you guys when we were about here, Sol would go lower. And yeah, we are less than 262, I think, somewhere in there, and we went 50% lower, 56% lower, 57. Wow, nice. There was a very big, there were 1, 2, 3 bear div on the weekly. There was a monthly bear div, so it was there. It was pretty clear that the risking or taking some profits or selling your bags in this zone was a nice thing to do. Also because, like we said, of the market cap chart and also the BTC pair. Then in here, the last opportunity was this. I don't remember. This I think I gave it on another VC I did for another server. So we had this kinda mini range that formed. We had this as a deviation, and I was expecting, okay, we are consolidating under what is a supposed resistance. So if we get to sweep it and start to consolidate above, this is gonna go, and it's exactly how it went. When this, how much is this? Plus 15%. And now it's retracing a little, but this could be, with the close of the 4 hour, just a retest of this mini range we had in here. Breakout, retest, and continuation, potentially. But here, there is a zone that has been, if we draw a line here, this has been a zone pretty reactive. So for this push, Solana might have already completed the push. It would retrace a little bit. And how much? This is the last push we had. So we just consolidated above the 0.5, so would be nice not to lose it for a continuation up. Otherwise, we see the zone are 130, 133. Those are the zone where to look for potential new longs if you are bullish, if you see that BTC behaves in a nice way. And then you can hide this. You can go in here. You can put your stop loss under we have here this are an order block. So, and here you have another little demand zone. So under the 0886, the stop loss, and again we're gonna target the 180, having take profit in here, take profit here also, take profit about here, and then 180 the last take profit. And you can see if here it breaks and start closing at daily on a higher time frame, start closing above the 178 180 zone and consolidating here, we can consider another push towards the previous all-time high, until this zone gets reclaimed on Solana. Solana is bearish, and from here it should do 30 plus 30%. So flipping bullish on Solana is still a plus 30% from here. And let's see how is the pair with BTC. It exactly, we have this monthly fair value gap here. That was one of my boxes, and we just landed on the box, rejected from there. We had this bullish div on the RSI exactly on top of this box, and we almost went. So this, it's starting putting a higher high and higher low, higher high. This might be the next higher low. So this looks like it's starting a low time frame uptrend inside a macro downtrend. We have here, this could be a lot of distribution, and then broke the trend. It went down, retest all this cluster here now, and tendentially we are going towards this box. So Solana has also a little upside like all the market, but all of this, it's almost the same chart, because also the Bitcoin chart, if we were to go to 92, 94K, we are on the box underneath the previous range. So it could be just a bearish retest. Break this, and Solana is going a lot higher also on the BTC pairing. Any questions, guys? So far, I think everything clear, pretty straightforward, right? So, do you guys have any coin you want me to look for you? Meanwhile, you can write on the chat. I'd go through my coin. CRV. Yes, sure. I'll go through Aave. All right, CRV. This, let's go on the weekly chart. This is still my chart since ever. Oh no, this is the other one. But here, let's see first this one. This was all the range where I was stressing people to accumulate. Okay, we went like 7x, 6x from there. We retraced back exactly, perfectly on the 0886. I had this setup here, and I draw also this squiggle, how I wanted it to behave. Let's go on the daily. I was expecting here a rejection, but no, it claimed, it just consolidated under the resistance, and it broke out, and now it took all of this liquidity. Let's see if this is local top, and now we retrace a little bit, but this is one of the strongest coins on the past few days. My objectives for this on the macro, let's go on the monthly, because here we have this. Its order block was a key monthly level where we closed inside, and we are now closing above. This, it's a previous monthly supply that we cleared. So we had the pump, we cleared all this supply on the monthly. We had a couple of months of retracement, of correction. We corrected completely. The deep retracement has been completed at around 0.34.6, 0.35, let's say, on exactly the big cluster of demand zone. And now it's about plus 75% from there. This is on the macro. We have a low time frame supply that is an important zone. Well, actually, this I need to. Yeah, this is on the daily, I guess. Yes, we have this zone that is in between 0.67, let's say, and 0.82. That is the last order block, the last two green daily candle before the big correction. So this is a low time frame daily supply zone where I'm expecting, if we were to continue from here, even though maybe some days of consolidation, I'm expecting here to find a very strong resistance starting from this zone 0.67. It's the first cluster where you're gonna find first rejection, most probably. But once this zone will be flipped into to demand, this shit is gonna have room until the $2 zone, because those are equal highs. Basically, they're gonna get swept, let's say, almost for sure soon, if we were to keep following this reversal we are having here. So once we sweep this, there is nothing serious until the $2 zone, and this is gonna be a nice battle for bulls against the bears. So now on a lower time frame, what can happen is this. You can take it out. This one. Yo. So let's see. If now we are consolidating a little bit in here, if this were to be the local top now, and this was a real reversal, I would love this to hold 0.5 or max from here, retrace to the golden pocket, so the low 40s, 43, 44 cents max, or just keep going straight for a little bit more and face this resistance would be the best to have a short opportunity towards this range that we created. From here we created this kind of range. But if here we were to do this swing failure pattern, and it started on the 4 hour, it is a swing failure pattern. Let's see on the daily if stays like that and close back under or not. Then we said Aave. This also, here you see my boxes. Aave had very big correction, almost the deep retracement to the T. That was the box to perfection. and now we went close to this other cluster it's born here, that it's been slightly front run as resistance. So Aave in here looks that this correction has been pretty much completed if we were to take from here. And let me check if we were to take from the bottom. It's also nice. This. Yeah, because we are slightly under the golden pocket. We are at the golden pocket, almost about to reclaim it. So new longs in here only if we get something like this. Wow. That we sweep quickly, we touch golden pocket and we close back above here. So you can either enter a bit higher with the stop loss under the wick to have a bit of confirmation with a close above and a little retest of this as support, or you can set limits under, maybe with room for DCA to the 0.75 here, and then we stop loss under, because this might have been the bottom, the last bottom we have, might have been the local bottom before the fifth and last macro leg up on the market. Not 100% sure, could be, we could be to 72k. In this case, if we were to go to 72, 74k for Aave, I would expect to go take this liquidity in here and reject from that something like this. See here we have another cluster. I didn't put a box, but here you see this has been the bottom of this range, swept, and this has been kind of the top of this mini range inside, and has been turned into support. So we might do something like that again. That's what I see on Aave. And I see up. Okay, up. I have some old stuff in here, and of course it didn't never reclaim, so this can go. This can go. Here we have a little more work to do. In the weekly we have something in here. Yo. We have probably something else in here. Yeah. Exactly. So with up here, if this were to hold this level, were to flip now, this is it's been acting as resistance. So it's a daily level. It also has confluence with this. Okay, flip the yellow line. this is going. This is going to take this highs here probably and retest somewhere this zone here. Let's see on a lower time frame. But this is probably turning this into resistance. So on the daily, I mean, this is on the daily is acting as resistance. We have bullish divergence. So this looks good. It might be reversed. If BTC behaves nice, this might be the bottom. This would be like this. We have, if we manage to reclaim in here, this is going to take these highs for sure. If we manage to reclaim this zone, and this would be just deviation. Otherwise, if we were to reject from here because BTC shits in his pants, we're gonna sweep this probably. Probably we're gonna go sweep, and also this zone close back above and hold, and this can be a swing long, because otherwise we would have the all-time lows to go all sweep. So I personally, I have no bag on op. I don't really like optimism. CRB, you know, guys. Any other coins you want me to have a look at, or something else? I don't know. USDT. No worries. USDT. See. So here weekly here it doesn't mention, but it created this bull div. That's why we went quite much higher here. Now we are above the 50 RSI, so the reset has not been completed. That's also one more confluence say that probably BTC is gonna go and sweep and take some, or retest the 90, 92, 94k maybe zone, because it would have confluence with the RSI going on the reset to 50, and in here from the last move on the daily, probably, yes, last move on the daily, we are right now rejecting from the golden pocket, but we might go to the 75, 786, or even to the deep retracement of this expansive move here, and this would bring exactly BTC around 94k, something like that. So in here we had a trend line, I cancelled, okay, but basically in here we might also be just turning all this top of the range into support. This box is being retested to the T and might be turning to support. This would mean that yes, BTC is gonna shit in his pants once again, but in that case that would be like a third drive pattern, a 3-drive pattern that could bring us slightly above in here, taking this high here, and this would bring BTC to the 72, 74k, or even maybe slightly lower with the wick. That would be the probably the best long you can take in 2025 probably. If we get something like this, closing back under this box, that would be probably the last bottom before the blow off top. Fetch, here we go. Okay, here are some box lower missing because I was not considering going this low. Yo, Yo, Woosgood, how are you doing, man? Well, yeah, it basically on the weekly, I think it held. Yeah, exactly. So even though this was a daily box, but it held on the weekly. So now Fed is kind of turning this into support. It's retesting now these highs. So Fed looks it might have bottomed here. Let's see if we get from the last move. It swept the 886. Yeah, does it make sense on the monthly? Yeah, okay, yes, it makes sense on the monthly. So if the monthly were to close above the 0886 and on the lower time frame, so monthly, so probably this week has to close above this line, above here, better, higher than 0886, start closing here. But this box, it's first box where you can get a rejection toward maybe just range, because BTC also could be just started ranging for a few days or weeks. If that were to happen, would range probably around here with some deviations. If this was the bottom, because also the RSI kind of divergence on the daily, yes, there is this divergence on the daily. So if we were to close above here, we are going higher. Otherwise, this can go a lot lower. If this was not the bottom up Fed, can go a lot lower. So, and here, this is clear downtrend on any time frame. It's putting lower lows and lower highs. Only now on the 4 hour, maybe daily too. Yeah, kind of putting starting to put in a series of lower highs, higher highs and higher lows. If we were to keep going like that, grinding, but grinding up, it's never nice. So we need some sharp moves this to consider upside. This coin that has been beaten down quite a lot because it was one of the coin most hyped by the AI hype moment. Sand. Wow. The 4 hour. Okay. Sand. We have this zone that is so obvious. Hey, sorry. It is. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, this it's accumulation zone, has been expansion, and now went to retrace everything. It retraced almost 100%, which it's not that good, to be honest. But on the weekly, it held this reaccumulation zone. Let's see how it's on the daily. And it kind of putting here, this was the retest. Well, this doesn't look that bad, Sand, because if we were so to take for granted this was an accumulation zone, so a strong demand zone, we held it. We now, but like everything, guys, it's all related to BTC. But in any case, this, if we were to keep closing above this accumulation zone and not going back inside, so would also put something like 1, 2, 3 here, an inverse head and shoulder. This is going to take this liquidity probably, this good chances, and maybe we go and do the real retest till here. In case this is not gonna hold, here also downside, it's pretty bad. See on the weekly, because we have this other zone here, they might act as support. It's 50% from where we are now, and from here would be 20-30% lower. So this is higher high, higher low. Actually, this has, in any case, on the RR, this has more reward than risk, because here invalidation is clear. Close under in here, under this box, and we are going lower. So if you were to get any kind of pullback on a lower time frame, let's see, can we go retest this cluster we just retested almost. If you're to get something here, no, wrong tool, like this, if you wanna try the swing trade, hoping that this was really the peak of bottom and this go and get the liquidity, but it's not a real moment for swing, big swings now, because it's still very uncertain. This would be kind of the setup. If you're looking for a lower time frame scalp that might turn into a swing, and maybe you can take profits keeping the scalp mentality, but once you flip key levels, you can maybe start adding back to the position, and then you can take, so you don't want this to be lost, you want the retest of this zone, but never going under this, otherwise would be a lower low, and you would target, first target this, then you go get, see here we have some equalizer, better to put it in there, the retest, the bearish retest in here, and so on the key levels that you see. This is another key level, it's been turning point. And here another level, and then you have the new high. Any other coin, guys? Of course, meanwhile, you may be writing, I remember that this is not financial advice, it's only for educational purposes, guys. So do your own research and manage your risk, as always. Have any other coin? Otherwise, I'm gonna wrap this up. Yes, forgot. I can do the, where is it? This one. So on the weekly, this seems that we kinda at resistance. We had this, it could be the deviation, we have the resistance that is this cluster here, we tapped into the new potential reversal, we might be very close. We need to see this weekly close, how it behaves. If it's closes higher than where we are now, so higher, let's say from 62 or higher, it's not the best, but still it's 62, it would not be that great of a problem. If we start to going over the 50% of this week and closing above, that would be pretty worrying, because probably we're gonna go and sweep this one. That would mean that Bitcoin would outperform a lot the alts, and in case it would be when Bitcoin could go to 72, 74K, in that case, alt gonna get hammered once again. In case would be just Bitcoin going higher, alt behaving pretty much good or just staying flat, okay, it's okay. But if it's with a downside movement of Bitcoin, it's gonna be a bloodbath for alts. From here, the bull case, we might just keep holding here and start finally reversing. There is quite a lot of room. This we can take it out now. There is quite a lot of room for the dominance to drop. We're gonna get retracement probably on the best moment of the alt season that we will get, at least to this zone. So this would mean that if we were to drop, this would be the peak or top from here. We have a 25 to 30% of outperformance of the whole entire alts against BTC. Totals. Perfect retest on the total. It held. This is the level of Bitcoin. It would be 72, 74K. Bitcoin didn't retest this level, but most of the alt went even lower, so that balanced. And on the total, we had perfect retest, never closed under. We are going higher. Psychologically, the 3 trillion, that is also the 3.01 to be precise, is the previous cycle top. It's gonna be resistance. Once we flip back into support here, we're gonna get the leg up. Otherwise, here it's good, let's say, to look for shorts if we were to get in here. Total 2, as it has been behaving much worse compared to BTC, and here Total 2 is just exclusive BTC. It has a lot of weight on this chart, and in fact, it's not just retesting this, it was already retesting this before the last drop, and it went to retest this zone that comes from previous cycle. It's important level. It tapped in, and probably this looks, it might have bottomed, ready for reversal. Total 3. It behaved better than the Total 2 because of it has been a shit. Retested, closed perfectly on that zone. It did already the bearish retest of this zone in here. Now let's see how the weekly close will be, but this could be resistance for the Total 3. The others, this includes basically everything except for the total, the top 10. This also got a nice beat. Let's see the fib in here now. How can be? Okay, we tapped in there. Also, this looks good for continuation up because could be higher high and another higher low, and we might follow this. What is a macro? It's a bull trend on the weekly. It's on the daily that looks not great, even though we might be starting to put a reversal pattern, because we did this thing here, we swept here, we confirmed here, kind of reversed the shoulders. So right now we should go take this zone. Here ETC, BTC pair. Is this the one? No, it's this other one. Okay. This has been always my chart, always the same. Here, potential loss manipulation week. We had that week, bounced a little bit, and we went far lower, and we just went on the invalidation level. It was level from here. We didn't, I think it was from a weekly. Yes, it was from a weekly. We tapped into it, but we didn't close under it. So if this doesn't reverse from here, if this really doesn't start reversing from here, it's gonna go grab also here. It's gonna go grab those, and would be really, really horrible also for halts, this happening. But we should be close to the bottom in here. What would be nice is to start putting now, let's say, lower time frames on the daily. Now respecting this level 0.23 and not closing again under. First good signs that, yeah, okay, this we may be also with this divergence we are forming, we may be bottoming here, forming a base, maybe sweep one more time before reverse for real and start the alt season. So that will be different than previous season, the previous cycles, but it's gonna be an alt season because there's gonna be grid anyway, and I still believe BTC hasn't completely topped for this cycle. There are more chances that it already did with 110k. Anything else, guys? These were two trades. On Aptos, one is going pretty good. All right, so if you guys have no question, no coins, thank you very much for being here. It was nice to be back, and I wish you a good day. Bye bye.